Hi, Naya Rappaport here, also known as Nayita. Today I'm going to be breaking down a back bend, Ustrasana, camel pose. I'm excited. But before I do that, I want to answer the question of the day. That being, Mel Sparks. She submitted her question via Instagram. How to find your own path after you've lost your way. Really interesting. I'm pretty sure we've all had an off day or two. With that being said, I am a huge writer. I encourage everyone to write. Probably make 2 lines. So one of them, on one side, you're going to write the things that you are not satisfied with, the things that don't create happiness or the positive thoughts that you need, any events, people, whatever it is. On the other side, write down the things that do make you happy, the things that you should be doing more of, that excite you and that bring meaning and motivation and inspiration into your life. So I hope you start writing, and I hope that helped out. Okay, so let's break down camel pose, Ustrasana. And thank you for asking me questions. I love to answer them. It's really fun and give you a neat perspective or something different. So let's break... Oh. Thank you. So prep poses for camel. I am going to start, because camel is working with the shoulders, also the opening of the front side of the body, the psoas around the pelvic region, and all that good stuff. So let me start with thread the needle. I encourage you to do a cat-cow. Start matching your movements with your breathing. Cat-cows are in tabletop, so quick demo here. As you inhale, you look up, curl the spine, and as you exhale, you actually round and curl the spine here. So do a few of those at your own pace. As you inhale, you look up. As you exhale, you look down, curl the spine. Number 2 would be a come onto your backs, because I'm going to show you a different, scratch everything I just said. Let's do thread the needle first. Since you're already in tabletop, after your cat and cows, thread the needle. So it looks something like this. As you inhale, reach the right arm up, and as you exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left, bringing the right cheek onto the ground, extending that arm all the way forward. So options with the left hand, you could reach overhead, or you could wrap and bind around the back, searching for the right inner thigh. Try and square the hips, and also try to press into this hand, the bottom one, to open the chest and look up towards the ceiling. And maybe you could feel some cracks on the spine, some pops. And slowly, as you exhale, release, plant the left hand on the ground, and bring that right hand all the way up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring it down. Other side real quick, just for my own benefit. Again, just try to square the hips and slowly release. Pause the video, take a few deep breaths here, take as much time as you want to. Next would be a lunge, then I'll go on my back to show you a different variation of camel through a different orientation. Okay, so low lunge here, just feeling the stretch on each leg. And other side. Again, opening the groins, the psoas on the right, and then slowly release, taking any variations here, maybe even a quad stretch if you would like it, and releasing here. Let's go on to your backs. So bridge pose is really, really awesome, because this is pretty much, you're using gravity, you're going and pressing the hips away from the mat, but it's a different orientation. So if you would flip the screen around, this is pretty much camel, but on your back. So start with the soles of the feet on the ground, bring the heels closer to the glutes, your tuchus. Shoulders on the ground. Option 1 is to plant the hands onto the mat, root each fingertip onto them. And as you inhale, lift the pelvis, the hips up. Deep breaths here. Notice if your chin is tucked, can you bring more weight to the back of the head to open up the front of the neck. And take a few deep breaths here, pressing into the heels and your toes, the feet, using your glutes. Notice, try to squeeze your glutes and then slowly just release them. Just notice the difference. Option to interlace your fingers underneath. And the other option would be slowly releasing and grabbing the ankles. So maybe bring the heels in a little bit more. Take a grab the ankles here, and as you inhale, lift. And pretend there's a block in between the inner thighs. Keep pressing the hips up towards the ceiling or the sky. Relax your face, and then slowly, as you exhale, release one vertebra at a time. So that was pretty much camel, but on your back. So, getting ready for Ustrasana. Set up. You're coming onto the shins. 2 fists in between the knees. The ankles in line with the knees. And stand up. Deep breaths here. Option 1, which is a great option, and you should probably start this way anyway. Palms, fingertips face up, palms on the lower back. Sometimes this bothers my wrists, so I like to make fists as well. Choose whatever you would like. And as you inhale, start to look up. Deep breaths here, opening the chest, broadening the shoulders, and just expanding and creating space in the front side of the pectoralis muscles and the chest. Deep breaths here. Continue to push the hips forward just as you were doing in bridge pose, laying down, correct? Deep breaths. And then slowly, as you inhale, release. An exercise that I just thought of that I love for camel is, it reminds me of Michael Jackson, MJ. So my hands are beside me, and all I'm gonna do is shift back, and I'm using my quads and all the muscles in the front side of my legs to pull me back up. And notice how my hips were just shifting forward. That's the shift that you want to feel in camel. You're continuously pulling those hip bones forward as you create space and open the backside of the body, contracting all those back muscles to help you bend a little deeper, correct? So try that a few times, just shifting back and forward. Do that at your own pace. Then options here. As you inhale, place the hands where they were. And take a deep breath. Start looking up and opening the chest, leaning back as you push the hips forward. And you can feel the push. You're pressing into the hands, into the tops of the knuckles, in my case, to bring the hips more and more forward. And option 1 is to release one hand. Keep pushing. Extend it up towards the sky. And reach back. Continue to breathe here. Release the right hand, and let's do the other. As you inhale, reach up, lean back, and reach back. Bicep by the ear. If it doesn't bother your cervical spine, your neck, you can look back. And then slowly come up, release the hand behind you, and you could sit down. Be careful with forward folding if you're going to continue to keep back bending. And finally, camel pose here. So continue with any of those variations of extending one arm at a time. And then if you want, you can extend both arms, lean and reach back, continue to press the hips forward, and then rotate the shoulders, the arms, and reach for the heels. Deep breaths here, slightly relaxing the glutes. And you could do your own test of squeezing the glutes in or just softening them and releasing here, finding the balance between strength and flexibility. And if you want to bring the heels a little closer to you, there's another option to curl the toes. This way, you add height and you can reach the heels one at a time. And breathe here as well. Release your face, just soften. And notice everything that's going on in the front side of the body, the opening of the legs, the stretching of the abs, and the opening of the chest. One more deep breath here. And then slowly let it go. So that is Ustrasana camel pose. And from there are a lot of variations, but again, just find the foundation of a simple camel, breathe through it, open your chest, gain that back flexibility by engaging those muscles that are going to help you to create a deeper and deeper back bend. And again, foundation, keeping it simple, but simple can be complex. To release any tension, I encourage you to bring the knees together and come into a child's pose. Notice how yummy it feels after all those back bends. Maybe option to interlace your fingers behind your neck and just let it go here. So stay there for as long as you would like. And I want to thank you for viewing this video and listening to the breakdown and the options and what's really going on in Ustrasana. And thank you very much. Follow me on Instagram at NayitaVP. That's my IG. That sort of rhymed, okay. And subscribe if you like these videos to my YouTube channel, because I'll be posting more. Okay, thank you very much and namaste.